Hey everybody, Wil Riggs here with another episode of Riggs on Rangers as we continue to cruise through this first week of shows and headed for a showdown on Friday as we open up the spring training season as the Rangers take on the Kansas City Royals in game one of about 30 preseason games, including split squads and all that other jazz going on. But until we get to actual baseball, we got all kinds of neat stuff I have found around the web about your Texas Rangers that I want to share with you. First of all, let's start with this. Thank you so much for everybody who watched and listened to episode 1 on the DSP Media Podcast Network and FanStream Sports. We want to thank them for having us. Thank you for watching and listening and interacting with us. You can interact at all times at Riggs on Rangers across all social media platforms. We would appreciate you jumping in with us. And man, if you got something you want to talk about or want me to talk about, go ahead and let us know. We'll be happy to jump in and talk about all things Texas Rangers as we get ready for an exciting 2023 season out at Globe Life Field in Arlington. But right now, everybody is in Surprise, Arizona. Spring training, everybody's trying to get in shape, get in form before spring training games start. Obviously, spring training games are to really get in shape and get ready for the season, but there's still lots to do before the actual first baseball game of spring training. So between World Series ending and spring training beginning, there's all kinds of moving and shaking going on across Major League Baseball. So today I'm going to tell you all about the top 10 MLB off seasons and what that means for those teams. And these off seasons are based on WAR or wins above replacement. Who had the highest wins above replacement? How many of these teams are playoff teams and how many can be playoff teams? We'll talk about that in just a little bit. We'll give you a little farm system update, let you know where our top prospects lay in Baseball America's top 100 prospects. And we're going to tell you all about what promotional nights you can find at Globe Life Field. All the good nights to go, all the best giveaways they got going down at Globe Life Field and Texas Rangers baseball this year. So stick around. Coming up next, we're going to break down the top 10 MLB off seasons. That's next, right here on Riggs on Rangers. Hey everybody, welcome back to Riggs on Rangers. Of course, I am your host, Wil Riggs, and we are right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network and FanStream Sports. Now, I told you before the break, we're talking about the top 10 most improved teams in Major League Baseball, or best off seasons, and this is all based on WAR or wins above replacement, okay? 5 of these teams were playoff teams. 5 of them obviously were not. So we're going to start with a playoff team, not just a playoff team, a World Series team. We're talking about the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, they lost to the World Series in 6 games to obviously the Astros, who won the championship. Now, through free agency and trades, they've retooled the left side of their infield with Cody Clemens and signing shortstop Trey Turner. They also picked up some pitching help, acquiring Junior Marte, Gregory Soto, and Eric Ullman to help with the rotation and bullpen needs. Their total WAR over 2022, plus 3.2. Now coming in at number 9, another playoff team with Texas ties, the San Diego Padres. They had a wild offseason, man. They signed Xander Bogaerts, Matt Carpenter, Nick Martinez, Robert Suarez, and Michael Wacha to round out their rotation, which is great for them. A ton of talent and a ton of money on the table for the Padres, who want to go deeper in the playoffs in 2023 for sure. All those moves, however, they only netted a plus 3.3 WAR. And that is the number 9 team on this top 10 list. Now, the Minnesota Twins, they've been a solid team for a few years ago. They're always in the hunt. They're in obviously the American League Central, and they're always a really good team, always competitive. Not quite like the great team, but always a competitive team, and they're trying to break through that glass ceiling. Obviously, the biggest signing of the offseason for the Twins, all-star world shortstop Carlos Correa. A trade brought on depth for the pitching rotation with Sonny Gray, Kenta Maeda, and Tyler Mahle. At the end of the day, just a plus 3.5 win above replacement. That is the last of the wins above replacements in the threes. So coming in at number 7, the first of both LA teams, we're going to talk about the Dodgers. Now, the Dodgers are a perplexing team. It seems like they're perpetually winning their division and in the NLCS or the World Series, and I think they've only been able to get on the hump one time. They're like the current age of the Atlanta Braves, always winning but never winning at all. They added Miguel Rojas, David Peralta, and Trace Thompson. They are pitching rich, but that hadn't seemed to help them a lot in the playoffs, has it? The Dodgers will no doubt be the favorite to win the NL West. Maybe. But on this list, they're number 7 with a WAR of plus 4.5. Now, we've already talked about the Padres in National League West. We talked about the Dodgers, National League West. We'll talk about one more National League West team here in just a minute. But before we talk about another National League West team, let's talk about another American League West team. Staying out west, we drop in on the Angels, of course, our Texas Rangers rivals. They already had some high-end talent. Anthony Rendon, Mike Trout, and the incredible Shohei Ohtani. Okay, that's what they have. They're the haves in those categories. What they have not, they tried to add through Hunter Renfroe. They stole Matt Moore from the Rangers bullpen. They rank 6 on this list, but their WAR is a mighty 6.1, which is pretty dang good. That's a lot. The 6 more wins in the American League West makes a whole lot of difference. Now, we're going to go coast to coast here. We're going to find the 5th-ranked team on this list, and we're going to find them up in Massachusetts, of course, talking about the Boston Red Sox, trying to get back to their winning ways. Now, they picked up Alberto Mondesi, Adam Duvall, Richard Blyer, Yu Change, Corey Kluber, Jolie Rodriguez, and Chris Martin. They're trying to solidify their outfield as well as their rotation and their bullpen pieces. They tied with the Angels with the WAR of plus 6.1. So all these teams are starting to get better. I mean, all of them. They all want to get better, right? Just like the team at number 4, like I said, National League West, all these 3 teams are trying to get better and win the division, and that is going to be the San Francisco Giants. They're hoping to continue to build their team. They picked up Mitch Haniger, Blake Sobel, Sean Monet, Taylor Rogers, Michael Conforto, and Luke Jackson in the offseason. Obviously, defense and the bullpen was their main focus this year, and they come in at number 4 with a WAR of plus 7.2. So the Giants jumping up there, trying to battle the Dodgers for that division along with the Padres. Now we're going to go all the way back across to the East Coast. The New York Mets. They had a strong offseason. They lost Jacob deGrom to our Texas Rangers. Heck yeah. But then they went out and got Justin Verlander to replace deGrom. They also picked up David Robertson, Jose Quintana, Brandon Nimmo, Cody Senga, Danny Mendick, and Omar Narvaez. The Mets lost the wild card round last year to the Padres, but they're looking to advance a little more coming up here in 2023. Their wins above replacement for this year, plus 7.7. Staying in the Big Apple, let's go to the New York Yankees, who come in at number 2. Great season of 2022. All eyes were on the Yankees because of one Aaron Judge and the American League home run record. However, they fell short of the goal to make it to the World Series as they got swept by the Astros in 4 in the ALCS. Now, they re-signed Judge, which was number 1. Okay, they had to re-sign Aaron Judge. You can't let this guy break the American League home run record and then not re-sign him, right? But then they went on and got Junior Fernandez, Anthony Rizzo, Tommy Canley, Carlos Rodon, and signed a ton of arbitration-eligible players, including Gleyber Torres and Jose Trevino, former Ranger. They come in at number 2 with a WAR of plus 8.4, which is kind of frustrating, man. The Yankees, who are already up there winning games, winning their division, ran it away with it, and then still going to win, predicted to win 8.4 more games this year than last year, because we all hate the Yankees, and we're not going to ever hide the fact that we hate the New York Yankees. We used to be the farm system, basically, for the Yankees forever. Glad we're not that again anymore. Or are we? No, we're not. We're not. Number one on this list. Who had the best offseason? Who should win way more games last year than any other team based on their offseason moves? Your Texas Rangers. And absolutely the most improved roster of the best offseason. Here's what they say. Obviously, we talked about all the additions yesterday. The Rangers front office is absolutely killing it regarding and rebuilding this rotation before our very eyes, picking up Jake Odorizzi, Andrew Heaney, Nathan Eovaldi, and obviously the big fish, Jacob deGrom, as well as Robbie Grossman for outfield depth, who may end up being an everyday outfielder here for the Rangers. Of course, we talked about Bruce Bochy being the manager, Mike Maddox Greg Maddux. We talked about all this stuff. The Rangers are ready to take that next step. I feel it in my heart. We've had 2 super horrible years. 60 and 64 wins, and it's just, it's brutal. Or 60 and 68 wins, I'm sorry. Just brutal seasons back to back for the Texas Rangers. We haven't had a winning season in 6. If we have the last time we went to the playoffs was in 2016, lost 3-0 to the stupid Toronto Blue Jays in the divisional round, and that was the last time we had a winning season. That was it. But I think this year is the year that we make changes. This year is the year that we make all the changes and make it to the postseason. Of course, we're in a strictly hardcore division with the Mariners, who are going to get better than they were last year, the World Series champion Astros, and the LA Angels, and the Oakland Athletics, who are always competitive. Never bet against the A's, okay? Never. But I think this year the Rangers, with all the additions, I think that this right here is they're talking about it everywhere because they can't be wrong. That many people can't be wrong about your Texas Rangers. The number 1 offseason moves across Major League Baseball for your Texas Rangers. Now stick around, because up next, we're going to lighten the load just a little bit. We're going to tell you about all the cool promotional nights coming up this year at Globe Life Field, when you can get your bobbleheads, your ball caps, your jerseys. We'll talk about all that next. Stick around. You are watching Riggs on Rangers right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network and FanStream Sports. All right, y'all, back here on Riggs on Rangers right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network and FanStream Sports. Of course, I am your host, Wil Riggs, and as I said before we got to the break, we're going to talk about all the cool, I have them right here in my hand, all the cool giveaways and promotional nights are going to have at Globe Life Field this year. You know how hard it is still all these years later for me not to say the ballpark in Arlington? Man, I miss that place. I really do. Globe Life's cool, but man, the ballpark in Arlington was just beautiful. Remember, every Sunday is Bluebell Ice Cream Sundays, and every Wednesday is Dollar Hot Dog Night. So you can always, get the good hot dogs on Wednesday and the good ice cream on Sundays. Now, as you can see behind me, I'm a huge Rangers fan. I collect all kinds of stuff. These are the newspapers right here from the front page. That's the front page of the Star-Telegram when we won the ALCS for the first time in 2010. That's the Dallas Morning News from 2011. Obviously, we got Nolan back here, Adrian Beltre. One of the great moments in Rangers history right here. The payback for the bat flip, and obviously tons of bobbleheads right over here. Okay, so one of the things I need to do is increase this bobblehead list over here. I need more than just these. Okay, so I marked off myself all the bobblehead nights. And there are 1, 2, 3, I want to say there's 8 bobblehead nights. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there might be more than that. There are 9 bobblehead nights. All right. Could be 9 bobblehead nights. So here's what they are. The first bobblehead night of the year is going to be Friday, April 21st. That's Marcus Semien bobblehead night. So if you need you a Marcus Semien bobblehead, or you just need a new one, there you go. April 21st. May 19th is Corey Seager bobblehead night. June 3rd is Nathaniel Lowe Silver Slugger bobblehead night, which is going to be pretty cool, commemorating his Silver Slugger award from last year. June 16th is Adolis Garcia bobblehead night. July 1st is the 20th anniversary of Rangers captain bobblehead night. There's 15 right here. This is 15th anniversary right here. Captain bobblehead night with his flag out there. On July 15th is the Martin Perez bobblehead night. On August the 4th, it says bobblehead giveaway to be determined. I'm probably guessing one of the new guys, probably DeGrom, maybe Evaldi, or Heaney, one of those guys. So you also have August 19th, Nolan Ryan baseball card bobblehead. I haven't seen the pictures of what this is supposed to look like, but it says Nolan Ryan and bobblehead. So I'm in on this, okay? And that's going to be August the 19th for that one. And then you have one more, September 23rd. It still says bobblehead giveaway to be determined. Could be one of the new players, Josh Young. Could be him. Could be, let's see, we're already going through these guys. So who knows? Who knows? Could be some of the new guys. Could be Josh Young. Doesn't matter who it is. They're going to give away cool bobbleheads. All right. So if bobbleheads isn't your thing, that's cool. They got all kinds of other stuff. Obviously, let's go through those. All right. March 30th. The weekend of March 30th through April 2nd, you got magnetic schedule night. So if you have a magnetic refrigerator, which they should all be, except for stainless steel, then it's not magnetic. You have to do it on the side. That's magnetic schedule night, March 30th. April 1st is Rangers ball cap night. I probably don't need to go to that one. I have roughly about 30 of those. So don't really need another one, even though I did just order the new 2023 Surprise Arizona spring training ball cap. And then April 2nd is, Corey Seager powder blue replica jersey. Look, the powder blue jersey to me is my absolute favorite jersey. So that's a Sunday, which is the day they wear their powder blues. Super cool color, super cool throwback. Love it. Go check out, get that Corey Seager powder blue replica jersey on April 2nd. Now, then they're on the road, and they come back on April 21st, 22nd, 23rd. On the 21st, you have the Marcus Semien bobblehead, which we already covered. On the 22nd is Arlington Stadium replica. Again, I covered this yesterday. I've been a fan since I went to my very first game in the summer of 1983 at Arlington Stadium. Arlington Stadium was such a cool environment because you could take in coolers, you could take in your food, you could take in all kinds of stuff if you sat in the outfield bleachers. It took forever to walk around it. You had the guy going, hot dogs, that you could hear across the ballpark. And matter of fact, when we went to the ballpark in Arlington, you could hear them there too. But there's just like so many memories of Arlington Stadium. I definitely want to check this one out on April 22nd to get that stadium replica. On April 23rd, if you got kids, take them out because it's Rangers Kids Glove Day. So they'll get a good glove for their kids. I want to say it's kids 12 and under. So take them out there and get their Texas Rangers glove. And if you get out there early enough, maybe get somebody to autograph it, sign it right there down by the field. It'd be awesome. Also for your kids. In May, there's only one weekend of giveaways because the Rangers are on the road for most of the month. May 19th, 20th, and 21st. We already talked about it on May 19th, Corey Seager bobblehead night. I'm excited about that bobblehead as well because I don't have it. May 20th is Fergie Jenkins 1972 replica jersey. Man, I want to go to this so bad because that's just going to be so awesome, man. Fergie Jenkins is one of the first Rangers Hall of Famers, man. He was just a killer pitcher on the mound. If you guys don't know who Fergie is, go check him out, man. He could sling it. He could sling it pretty good. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. And then on May 21st, Rangers Powder Blue Visor Day. Man, I love that they're doing the powder blue stuff on Sundays as giveaways. It's pretty awesome. Sorry about that. My glasses are bothering me. But a powder blue visor, I'm in. I'm in like Flynn on the visor. Then we get to June. 2 weeks later, you got the June 2nd is plush giveaway. Probably a plush Texas Ranger or a plush captain or something like that giveaway on Friday night. June 3rd, we talked about earlier. That is the Nathaniel Lowe Silver Slugger bobblehead. I'm definitely going to be there for that one as well. And June 4th, Rangers Hawaiian shirt. I may have to go that whole weekend. We had to just go the whole weekend of games there. I'd be super excited to get all three of those. And then when you got June 12th is in the MLB Network. That's going to be MLB Network Texas Rangers hat that night. That's the Rangers are going to be on the MLB Network probably that night, so they're giving away hats to commemorate that. Then the following week, that's a Monday, by the way. The next week you got 16th, 17th, and 18th. You got on the June 16th, you got a Dolis Garcia bobblehead, which we talked about. The Mexican Heritage Night hat will be on the 17th, and then the floppy hat or bucket hat, depending on how you look at it, on June 18th. So just get that as well. And on June 30th, the Rangers silver boot mug. I haven't looked at the schedule, but based on the fact that it's a silver boot mug, that may be when the Astros are in town. July 1st, the 20th anniversary Rangers captain bobblehead, and July 2nd is Rangers ugly Christmas tank top giveaway, which would be really cool. I'm out of town those weekends, but that's pretty cool. Now, 14th, 15th, and 16th of July. The 14th is Rangers retired numbers hat, which I would bet is just a hat. It's got it does have the Rangers logo and all the different numbers of all the retired players or retired numbers for the Rangers on it, which would be pretty cool. On the 15th, you got Martin Perez bobblehead night, and on the 16th is Rangers t-shirt night. Again, I will take a Rangers t-shirt all day. Love them. Got 12 at least, and not including jerseys. I love them. Then we move on to August, y'all. Again, that's a bobblehead giveaway August 4th, but it doesn't say who, so I'm sure that'll change in the near future when they decide. August 5th is bat night. I scored some really cool bats from the 2010 ALCS and World Series and the 2011 ALCS and World Series on Facebook Marketplace. It was really cool to pick those up. But I'm going to go ahead and get this bat night for 2023 on August 5th. And August 6th is Rangers Fanny Pack night. Look, I know you guys don't like the Fanny Pack. Some people make fun of the Fanny Pack. But look, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Fanny Pack. You know why? Because I don't like when you sit down, you got stuff stabbing you in your legs, like your car keys and your wallet and all that other jazz. If you can just put them all in a Fanny Pack and roll out, man, you're doing good. I don't know what the problem was with the Fanny Pack. There's nothing uncool about it. Well, maybe. If it's not on a trip where you're a tourist. If it's just every day, then it is kind of weird, y'all. It is kind of weird. And then August 19th, Nolan Ryan baseball card bobblehead night, which should be really, really cool. I'm going for that as well, just because it said Nolan Ryan and bobblehead. I'm in like Flint on that. You guys will see this whole stack over here grow throughout the season as I acquire more and more bobbleheads, and this whole corner may be full of them before you know it. I'll have to turn the camera a little bit more so you guys can see all of them once I get them all up there. In September, September 1st is Rangers Fleece Blanket Night, which my wife will love. She loves a fleece blanket, and my daughters love them too, so we may go to that. September 2nd, promotional giveaway to be determined. And then on September 3rd is Rangers hooded sweatshirts. They're giving a Rangers hoodie away on September 3rd. How nice is that, man? You start to get, it's September. It's Labor Day weekend, so it's going to be hot. But a few weeks later, you might be able to wear that hoodie because then you'll get into October and then mid-October and the weather starts to change. That Rangers hoodie is going to come in handy for sure. September 9th is Rangers lottery game, so y'all check that one out. September 22nd, my daughter's birthday, is Rangers baseball cards, so you get a collection of all of this year's major leaguers in a baseball card set. On the 23rd will be a bobblehead giveaway, also to be determined. So I'm sure we'll find that out throughout the year. When I find which ones these are, I'll go ahead and let you know as well. And then on September 24th is a Globe Life Field replica. So it would be cool to have Arlington Stadium replica and then the Globe Life Field replica. And let's hope next year they'll do a ballpark in Arlington replica, or I'm going to have to go find one that was given away at another time so I can have all three ball fields replicas sitting right over here in my collection. Again, Wednesdays are always dollar hot dog nights. Don't make the mistake I did and go to the wrong booth for your dollar hot dogs like I did last year. Went to the wrong booth and ended up paying $40 for 4 hot dogs instead of 4. So just pay attention to those signs and where to go. Sundays are ice creams days. It says for kids 13 and under, but if I'm buying and my kid's over there, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I'm going to get that ice cream, guys. I'm just going to. No, I'm definitely going to get that ice cream. Now, coming up next, we do have a farm system update. Baseball America has released their top 100 prospects in all of Major League Baseball. How many of your Texas Rangers are on that list right now? Well, we're going to tell you right after this. Stick around. You are watching Riggs on Rangers right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network and FanStream Sports. Hey y'all, welcome back to Riggs on Rangers. Of course, I am your host, Wil Riggs, and we are right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network on FanStream Sports, coming at you each and every day. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow us online on all social media platforms at Riggs on Rangers. Make sure you share it with your friends and listen and watch as many times as you feel necessary as I bring you all your favorite Texas Rangers content each and every day. Content just like this. Now, once upon a time, the Texas Rangers had one of the best farm systems in the league. I'm talking when we were coming into that 2008 to 2009, 10, 11, 12 era right there when we went to back-to-back World Series. These farm, homegrown players that we just added a couple of minor pieces to that vaulted us to back-to-back World Series appearances. And then something happened. Our farm system fell like a rock to the bottom of the ocean. And it was just horrible, tough sledding for us, right? And now we've also had 6 straight losing seasons, which I talked about earlier. The upside of all that losing, however, is high draft picks, okay? And the Rangers have made some great ones over the last few years, and they are climbing not only the ladder of the Texas Rangers, but Baseball America has dictated that these guys I'm about to tell you are in the top 100 prospects in all of baseball. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 Texas Rangers made the top 6 make the top 100 list of prospects across Major League Baseball. We have once again have a top 5 farm system in all of Major League Baseball. Let's hope we can continue that trend, because anytime you have a top 5 farm system, you got a top 5 baseball club. And that's the case. The Texas Rangers, this is where we're going, y'all. This is where we're going. We've suffered down here with these 60 and 68 win seasons and 6 straight losing. We've been suffering, okay? We're long suffering. And I say long suffering, it's 6 years. It's a lot of years of bad baseball, okay? There's 162 games a year. That's a lot of games to watch. It's like 1,000 games when you're losing more than you're winning. It sucks, okay? There's no way around that. It sucks. But the Rangers are changing that in a hurry through their draft system, through their draft picks, farm system, free agency. The Rangers are a team on the rise, and check this out. Number 94 on the top 100, Brock Porter. This kid, oh my gosh, I was looking up his stats. His fastball tops out at over 100 miles per hour. Oh my God, 100. Here's the craziest part. This kid is 19 years old. In his last 10 starts before he was drafted by the Rangers, check this out, y'all. He was 9-0 with a .41 ERA. Not a 4.1, a 0.41 ERA. 115 strikeouts, averaging 10 Ks a game. It's going to get you noticed, okay? It will. 10 Ks a game. But you got 10 strikeouts a game and you're throwing the ball at 100 miles an hour, that gets you drafted by the Texas Rangers, and that is Brock Porter. He's 19. Within the next 3 years, he will be a major leaguer. Man, I can't wait to see him on the hill throwing 100 miles an hour. That is crazy. The last guy who was doing that on a consistent basis in a Rangers uniform, it's the great Nolan Ryan. Number 78 on this list. I think he was higher last year than he is this year. Number 78 is Jack Leiter. Jack Leiter, the famous dad and the famous last name, is not why he got drafted. Dominating college baseball at Vanderbilt is why he got drafted. He slipped in the rankings this year from last year because of command issues. He basically, I'm getting 100-plus strikeouts in 92 innings, 109 strikeouts in 92 innings, but he also walked 56. You can't have a 2-to-1, strikeout to walk ratio. That is horrible. Of course, if you're walking half as many people as you're striking out, you're putting a lot of guys on base. He had an ERA over 5 for last year. So hopefully, working with Greg Maddux and Mike Maddux through spring training, maybe some extended spring training with Greg Maddux can help correct his command and get him on track to be one of the top prospects again this year as he heads into his second professional season. Now, number 71, Ronald Acuna's little brother, Luis Angel Acuna. This kid is speedy. He's fast. He's got a good bat. He's a great defensive middle infielder. Currently, middle infield is all stopped up for your Texas Rangers with Corey Seager and Marcus Semien. However, Angel could be there in the next couple of years. He's still in his early 20s. He's super talented. He can hit. He can run. Last year, check this out. He batted .277 with 11 homers and 47 RBIs between single A and double A. He had 40 stolen bases. He is speedy on the bases. He could be a future infielder for the Texas Rangers, but with the contracts that Semien and Seager signed last year, he could also be a very valuable trade piece if the Rangers get off to a hot start and they need a bona fide closer. He could definitely be a trade piece to get you where you need to be in the bullpen at that closer position. So watch out for that name, Luis Angel Acuna. Watch out for that name because it could be a trade bait, or he could be your shortstop or middle infielder for the Texas Rangers coming up in just a couple of years. It just depends on how things go and where we are at that time. Number 66, Owen White, another great pitching prospect, y'all. He's coming off an injury that limited him in the last half of last year. When he was on the mound, White had a nine win, had a record of 9-2, if I could even talk today, with a 3.59 ERA, 104 strikeouts to just 23 walks. That's basically a 4-to-1 ratio. Now that's great. That's what we're talking about. That's where we need Jack Leiter to be. If he can stay healthy through spring training, he'll likely start the season over at AA Frisco, which I'm going to go over there and check out some games this year as well. But remember that name, Owen White, because he will definitely be on the Rangers roster in the next year or two. If he's on the roster this year, the year has gone horribly wrong with the pitching staff that we currently have at the major league level. Number 41, this kid is the next five-tool player in all of Major League Baseball. You heard me right here. He's the next Mike Trout. He's the next big thing coming up the pipe for your Texas Rangers. Evan Carter, center fielder. Likely going to start the season where he finished it last year at AA Frisco. He only played 6. This is crazy. He only played 6 games for the Rough Riders last year after being moved up from Single A Hickory. He helped them win the Texas League Championship in the playoffs. He won the Gold Glove, and he batted, in that time, .429 with a home run, 7 RBIs, and 5 walks. He's just 20 years old, super speedy outfielder, could find himself on the Major League roster sooner rather than later. He has got some wheels, and he's got some serious pop in his bat. So remember, Evan Carter, the next big thing, the next five-tool player coming up for your Texas Rangers. And then the last but not least is a player that we're going to get to see at the Major League level all year this year. He only played in 26 games last year, so that's why he's still considered a prospect and obviously still considered a rookie. That is third baseman Josh Young. I told you guys how excited I am to see him play a whole year. This kid, he needs to bring his average up. He was 204 last year. Hopefully some full spring training at the Major League level, some batting help, and really kind of help him find his groove as a Major League player will bring that up. But the power and defensive prowess is already there. He had 5 home runs and 14 RBIs in just 26 games last year. If you extrapolate that over a full season, you're talking at 30 home runs and 85 RBIs. And I would say Rookie of the Year. It's going to be an exciting season here. These are 6 players that could be major players for your Texas Rangers. All of them will have an impact on whether this team wins or loses in the future. Now, if that's playing on the field or being traded for other players who can have an impact for the Texas Rangers, that's yet to be seen, except Josh Young. He's going to be on the Major League roster this year. The other guys are going to be at AA Frisco or Single A Hickory, but I think most of those guys will land at Frisco. Their talents are just too good to be playing Single A ball. Got to get them up there to AA to see what they can do. All right, y'all. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the Rangers. I'm excited for this season. Up next, we're going to close it out. So make sure you stick around. We're going to close out Riggs on Rangers for day number 2 right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network and Fan Stream Sports. Welcome back, everybody, to Riggs on Rangers. Of course, I have been your host, Wil Riggs, right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network and Fan Stream Sports. I appreciate you guys for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the content. Make sure you follow us online at Riggs on Rangers across all social media platforms. Make sure you follow the DSP Media Podcast Network as well as Fan Stream Sports. Try to join the group. Get in there. You can watch it each and every day. Follow it on YouTube. You can find them there as well. So we definitely appreciate all the support and all the input and all the viewers and all the listening, watching, and Rangers fan system going around. All right, we want you guys to be big-time fans. We want you to have all the big-time information, and we want you guys to know where all the cool things are happening and what all the cool kids are doing with your Texas Rangers. So make sure you tune in each and every day right here on DSP Media Podcast Network, Fan Stream Sports. This has been Wil Riggs for Riggs on Rangers. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, you guys take it easy. We'll see you then.